Okay, so good afternoon. Let us today discuss about that news that came in today's Indian Express, that is 22nd June of Monday. So first, what is given in the first page, as you can see here, we are talking about that President Draupadi Murmu is scheduled to interact with members of Saharia tribe and cheetah trackers at Kuno National Park. Now let us understand a little bit about the Saharia tribe. As you can see, that Saharia tribe is one of the 12 notified tribes in Rajasthan and is classified as a PVTG, that is particularly vulnerable tribal group. Apart from Rajasthan, we can also see them in Madhya Pradesh as well. And according to the 2011 census, the Saharias are the fourth largest tribal community in Rajasthan. So now anybody who is preparing for Rajasthan State PCS, this information can be important for you for the upcoming exams. And while watching this, I also want you all to tell me in the comment section which particular tribal community is the largest in your state. Okay. Now, apart from that, what other informations we can see that they live in distinct settlements, which is known as Seharana. So it's an important point. Saharia tribe, they have their distinct settlement, which we known as Seharana, and they are traditionally forest dwellers known for making katechu from kher trees. Okay, so kher tree is found in the area, that is, you know, that Rajasthan, which is a arid area, apart from the parts of Madhya Pradesh, and in these areas we find the trees like kher tree, khejri tree, all these trees, babul, right, in the deciduous, dry deciduous part. So they are traditional forest dwellers. Next point is their unique folk culture features a traditional dance called Saharia Swang, which is performed during the Holi festival. So this can also be important for UPSC, as we know that in the art and culture, they tend to ask questions from the festivals particularly, right? And then at the end, they are also associated with the PM Janman scheme and Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. Now here is my next question to you. Please tell me in the comments that which particular day is celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, and that is also the birth anniversary of a very famous person. Okay, so tell me his name as well. Now, after the Saharia tribe, next we will be moving to the Kuno National Park. Now, what to know about the Kuno National Park? About the Kuno National Park, first, before going, I just want you to take 30 seconds pause. You can pause the video here. Just try to recall anything and everything you know about Kuno National Park, like its location, if you remember, what river is flowing by near this national park, or what type of animals you can see there, any type of very famous animal conservation plan that was launched there initially. So please try to recall all that by taking up, like pausing this video and then come back here. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the Kuno National Park. As you can see, if we talk about the Kuno National Park, so it is in the Madhya Pradesh and it's the part of the Vindhya Hill Range. Okay, here we can see vast savanna style grasslands. It is named after the Kuno River, which is, yes, you are correct, it's a major tributary of the Chambal River, and Project Cheetah was launched on September 17, 2022 here. Now, some of you might think that why about the dates? Is it important? I know for UPSC, this is not important to remember the dates specifically. For UPSC, it's more important you know about what is Project Cheetah or what is the Big Cat Alliance and all the contemporary current affairs associated with it, right? Under Big Cat Alliance. Okay, first of all, again, another question. Can you tell me that what are the big cats that we find inside the Big Cat Alliance? Comment that below as well. Okay, now for state PCS, remembering the years and dates are a bit important apart from all the other points that we can see. So that is why I have added the date also, that Project Cheetah was launched here on September 17, 2022. As we know, around 1952, cheetah went extinct from Asia. right? There are two types of cheetah, if you remember. There is African cheetah, there is Asiatic cheetah. Now, while the African cheetah is still present in the African forest, or it is not present in Asia because they have gone specifically in India, they got extinct. So that is why cheetah was again reintroduced from different parts of Africa, like Namibia was there, South Africa was there, and that is why also Kuno National Park is of utmost importance. Okay. So till now, what we have covered about the Saharia tribe at the Kuno National Park. And next, we are going to move towards next important news, which is this one. Government prepares to notify Western Ghats eco-sensitive areas in at least 3 states. So what are these 3 states? As you can see, there is Maharashtra, there is Gujarat, and there is Goa we are talking about. Okay. Now, before going any forward, do you remember which famous committee was formed which talked about the eco-sensitive area distribution in the Western Ghats? Yes, that's the K. Kasturirangan committee, right? So as you can see, over 56,000 square kilometer of land in 6 states are proposed to be demarcated as ESA. ESA stands for eco-sensitive areas. Okay, which is based on the 2013 recommendations led by the former ISRO chairman K. Kasturirangan. Now, specifically, there were 6 states that were talked about. What are those states? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Now, among these 4 states, 3 has already agreed, that is Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Goa. Tamil Nadu was also the last one which came to agree to be part of these eco-sensitive areas. However, the states of Kerala as well as Karnataka have been holding out. Okay, so as you can see, Gujarat, Goa, and Maharashtra are the states where the areas to be demarcated are almost agreed upon. Tamil Nadu, the 6th affected state, does not have any major divergence on this issue till now. Okay, okay. Now next, obviously, we also have to cover the static here specifically for UPSC, because when we talk about protecting the forest, this comes under Environment Protection Act 1986. Okay. Now, what are the type of activities that is banned here? Activities like new mining and quarrying projects, setting up for thermal power plants, operations of most polluting red category of industries, new and expansion project of buildings and construction with a built-up area of 20,000 square meters of above. Basically, anything and everything that can degrade the ecological balance there, the environment there, these things are these kind of activities are banned. Now here one particular point we can see, most polluting red category of industries. This also forms a part of our environment static. Now recently, apart from the red category, orange category, these categories, one additional category was also added. So I want you to comment me down that what was that category that was added recently apart from red, orange, white, all these categories we know. Okay. Okay, now moving to the next question or the next article to be. We are coming to next page. So these all are the ads, as you can see. Yeah, so this is something. PM Modi inducts 3 new vessels into Indian Navy at Kolkata port. Okay, this is important because if you see the previous year UPSC questions, you can see that there are questions in the past years where they will be talking about the vessels we have, or maybe the arms and ammunitions we have, the fighter jets we have, and then they will ask us to match the pairs, or the pairs are correct or not, that type of question. And in state also, specifically in terms of West Bengal Civil Service, because recently the West Bengal Civil Service prelims was over, mains are going to come. So this is also important. So what is the name of the Kolkata port? Kolkata port is also known as, I will not tell you, you will tell me that in the comment, right? So it's the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee port. Now this is the only riverine port, major port, not only riverine port, but only riverine major port in India. Okay. Now, what are the name of the vessels that were introduced? This is INS Dunagiri, which is an advanced stealth frigate. Then INS Sanshodhak, which is a survey vessel, large survey vessel, and then INS Agray, okay, which is an anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft. We will be seeing about these vessels in a bit detail. And then the PM said these were made in India and designed in India. Okay, so please pay attention to this statement. They are both made as well as designed in India. Around 75% of the parts of these vessels are indigenously built. Okay, so for state, this might be important. The vessels were designed by Navy's Warship Design Bureau and built by Kolkata-based Defense PSU Garden Ridge Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Okay, Garden Ridge is a very famous port area in Kolkata, and this is where this PSU is basically located. Now, if we quickly move to read the details about these vessels, so yeah. Okay, so these are the three distinct strategic roles of the three ships inducted into Navy. First is INS Dunagiri. As you can see, the three. Again, please let us remember the names: INS Dunagiri, INS Sanshodhak, and INS Agray. Okay, INS Dunagiri, INS Sanshodhak, INS Agray. You also pause the video and recite the name twice, thrice in your brain so that you can easily remember it. Now, what about INS Dunagiri? Among the three that you can see here, it is the largest and most heavily armed of the three. Okay, it is the part of the Navy's Project 17A. So, Project 17A, Class 17A belongs to which particular class? You have to tell me in the comment. Okay, now Dunagiri carries weapons such as BrahMos. BrahMos is a cruise missile, if you remember, right? It's a surface-to-surface cruise missile. Sensors including multi-function surveillance, track and guidance radar, electronic warfare systems, and anti-submarine weapons. These are the things that is there in INS Dunagiri. It is capable of operating blue water environment. Now, what is this blue water environment? Blue water environment is particularly a term that refers to a maritime force which is capable of operating globally across the deep oceans far from its home shores. So basically, although it's a vessel of Indian Navy, still they can operate away from India across the deep oceans. Okay, so that is the thing here. And other vessels in the class are INS Nigiri, and then Himgiri, Taragiri, Udaygiri, and Vindhyagiri. So all this Giri, as you can see, they are coming in the same. Next is INS Sanshodhak. INS Sanshodhak job is to measure and map the sea. Basically, for mapping purpose, whatever the features it needs to measure, like the depth of the water, what is the feature of the seabed, okay, what are the approach to reach the channel to the ports, navigational routes, oceanographic data, all of this it can measure. It is equipped with systems such as autonomous underwater vehicles, remotely operated vehicles, and multi-beam echo sounders. This helps the ship collect data from the surface as well as underwater. Okay, so this is important to remember. This can collect from the surface water as well as underwater. Okay, so Dunagiri is there. Dunagiri has BrahMos, which is the most important point according to me, and it is a part of the Indian Navy Project 17A. It's also capable of operating blue water environment. And then about INS Sanshodhak, it is basically to map the sea and the sea floor. It can take the data from the surface water as well as from the underwater. Next is INS Agray. Now, this is the smallest among these three. Agray belongs to the Arnala class of smaller warship built specifically to detect and attack submarines in shallow waters near the coast, ports, naval bases, and important sea approaches. Basically, it's difficult to detect in the shallow water, much easier to detect in the deep water. So, INS Agray will be giving us protection in terms of these threats. Agray carries lightweight torpedoes, indigenous anti-submarine rocket launchers, and sonar systems. Okay, so this is all about the three ships that is inducted into Navy by PM. Now, okay, so after covering this, next news, as we can see, yeah. So recently as we are discussing about 22nd June's current affairs, on 21st June, it was 12th International Yoga Day. And this was this time held in Kolkata. As you can see, PM Narendra Modi at Red Road in Kolkata. And what was the theme for this year's celebrations of yoga? Yoga for healthy aging. Yoga for healthy aging. Okay, this is important. So June 21st, this was said by Honorable Prime Minister in the program that June 21st, the longest day of the year or summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, is now known for the world as a day of yoga. So here, as you can see, there's also glimpse of our geography, the physical geography, right? So June 21st, as we know, also known as the summer solstice, and this is the longest day in the northern hemisphere. On contrary, this is the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. And this is the time where the northern hemisphere receives the sunlight for more than 12 hours. Okay. Now, after this, the next news will be that be of importance. Yeah. So there is another important news about there was skeletons. 5 skeletons were discovered in Rakhi Gari, which will be sent to DNA test for facial reconstruction. Now, what is majorly important here about, we should be knowing about the IBC civilization. All the static part you should be covering. If you don't know about IBC or you have read it, revised it way back, this is the time. Please note it down. After this video, go back and revise your IBC, because IBC is very, very, very important for UPSC as well as all your state PCS examinations, right? So as you can see, the Archaeological Survey of India or ASI has sent nearly 5,000-year-old skeleton unearthed at Haryana's Rakhi Gari, the largest known site of the Harappan civilization. Okay, this is for India. Please remember, Rakhi Gari is the largest known site for the Harappan civilization in India, not the entire Harappan civilization. Okay, the entire is the Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so please remember that. And there is also, they are sending this data to the Anthropological Survey of India, which is located in Kolkata. And there is also Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleoscience, because we are talking about fossils. Fossils dealing science is known as paleontology. So the Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleoscience is located in Lucknow. Basically, I have marked whatever important mostly for state PCS with blue. Okay, that is how you can check it out. Now, he said the studies would help determine whether the individual's diet of natural cause or disease, and if disease was involved, identify the nature of the illness, because we know how the IVC ended is still not known, because whatever written material we got out of IVC is still not deciphered, right? So that might help for us to know how basically the IVC got declined. Now, the research is also expected to reveal details about their ancestry, like from where they came, their height, their physical features, and social status. Now, next, just beside this, another news you can see, Sabrimala Shrine to get AI predictive system drones to manage crowds. Now, why this is important? This is important for your science and tech means related answers, where you can write about, or in essays also, the good uses of AI in crowd management. Because when we also talk about disaster management, crowd management is becoming a very big issue because of the recent stampedes we can see here and there, right? So AI could be used for managing the crowds. And there is also one already done example, which was the last Mahakumbh Mela we saw. There was AI enabled crowd management has been effectively used in the Mahakumbh Mela. So you can definitely use these points in your answers as examples. So how will the government will do that? It will ensure safe and hassle-free darshan for the devotees. People who go missing at the shrine can be easily traced, and movement of pilgrims from 26 parking grounds can be managed without human intervention. This will also ease the heavy load on police personnel deployed at the shrine during the festival. So in essay also you can write how we can basically take this labor, not replacing the human, but the labor, replacing the labor from the human to the technology. Okay. Now, in explain section, we have talked about what is the news. So, guardrails in AI growth to protect developing nations. So, here what I found it is important is about, again, same AI because we were discussing. So, the most comprehensive legal framework for AI is the European Union's AI Act of 2024. You prioritize safe, transparent, non-discriminatory, and environmentally friendly AI systems. So basically in GS3 of UPSC mains, we can use this answer to code for option examples. Now, if we talk about India's annual Global AI Summits, which was recently held in New Delhi, important for state PSC, have also resulted in mechanisms that could feed into the development of global governance models on AI. So this will talk about what we as a nation doing for the regulation of AI standards. Okay. Now, here is also there is one thing that was launched in this Global AI Summit in Delhi, which is known as AI Commons. Okay, so what is AI Common? AI Common is being built as a repository. So it's a repository of accessible tools, data sets, other resources to test AI systems. That is AI Common. Okay, so and this common will be hosted and managed by India. So it's very important point to remember. AI Common will be hosted and managed by India, and it is called common because it will be open, accessible, and with very liberal licensing requirements. Okay, so this is our vision. And apart from that, this we have already discussed. The editorial I have not discussed in this section. This we can do separately. You can let me know in the comments if you want that. And I think, yeah, this is pretty much it. At the end, there was, yeah, economy. So in the economy section, now if we move, so what are the things that we need to know about economy? So as you can see, global nuclear players turn to NTPC for nuclear tech partnerships. Now, when we talk about nuclear tech, the most important bill which came in this year's budget is the Shanti Act. Okay, so if you don't know about Shanti Act, I will ask you to read about it, that what is Shanti Act, what are the acts that it has repealed, and what kind of new doors it has opened for India's nuclear technology. And also, it comes under which ministry? Very important. Now, what we are talking here about the role of NTPC apart from NPCIL to hold on PHWRS, that is pressurized heavy water reactors. Okay, so NTPC, which is one of the latest, which is one of the major institute of thermal power in India. Apart from NPCIL, okay, what is NPCIL? The full form of NPCIL is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Okay, so apart from NPCIL, NTPC now is the another corporation that is involved in the construction of a nuclear power project. NTPC is developing the Mahi Banswara Rajasthan Atomic Power Project. So that is where NTPC is now involved into. And then it has said that it has secured capacity consent for 2,770 megawatt electric of the proposed 2,800 megawatt electricity in the Mahi Banswara Rajasthan Atomic Power Project. This could be important for again the Rajasthan state pieces, the blue part. Now, if we talk about the pressurized heavy water reactors, you must know recently India has attained the second stage in our nuclear policy, right? So there we are using basically targeting to use thorium which is very highly available in the beaches of the India, specifically in Tamil Nadu, Odisha, these coastal areas in the sands. So that is what we talk about pressurized heavy water reactors, and that should be used, that thorium will be used in the third stage. Currently, we are in the second stage. Okay, by the time we will be able to reach in the third stage, we will be self-sustainable in terms of energy. Now, what is this news is talking about? While PHWRs are a technology India's nuclear establishment has mastered, it is increasingly out of sync with the light water reactors or pressurized water reactors that are now the most dominant type worldwide. The Americans, basically USA, Russia, and France, are among the leaders of light water reactors. So now, while we are mastering for the pressurized heavy water reactors, the world is going for the light water reactor. So let us quickly understand a little bit about what this light water reactor is. So a light water reactor is a type of thermal neutron nuclear reactor that uses ordinary water. So simple water, no heavy water, nothing. It uses ordinary water both as the coolant as well as the neutron moderator. Next, it cannot run on natural uranium. So it's important. You know, UPSC loves to play with can and cannot, right? So it cannot run on natural uranium. They require low enriched uranium fuel, which contains roughly 3 to 5% of the fissile isotope of uranium-235. Now, there is a UPSC PYQ where they have changed this concentration of uranium and asked about that this much percentage of uranium is required to get energy out of it. Okay, so these points are important. Next, if we talk about again the LWR, there are two types of it. One is pressurized water reactor and the other one is boiling water reactor. The basic difference between the two is in the pressurized water reactor, the water is put in very high pressure, and in that high pressure, the water will not boil inside the reactor core. Okay, but in boiling water reactor, the pressure is low. So the water will boil there, and that boiled water will directly send the steam energy into the turbines to create the energy. That's the difference. Now, Kundankulam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu, which uses Russian designated VVER 1000 light water reactor. So it is not that India is only using pressurized heavy water reactors. India is also using light water reactors, though it's not still indigenous. We are majorly working on pressurized heavy water reactors, but we are importing it, and it is used in different parts like Kundankulam nuclear power plant, which is present in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So after this, there is another news about why India's largest power trader can't trade on the exchange it helped to create. So basically, India's largest power trader is PTC India. Now, PTC India cannot trade with another trader, which is the HPX, Hindustan Power Exchange Limited, because PTC India has 22.62% of share in the HPX. And according to the rules under the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, CERC, Power Market Regulation 2021, a trader member cannot hold more than 5% equity in the power exchange on which it trades. So now, as I already told you, PTC India currently has 22.62%. So if it wants to deal with it, it has to lower down its share in the HPX. Okay, now there is also one concern relating to this, that HPX, which was initially created with the help of PTC India, has a major concern in the market because it is struggling for its share in the market. So that is why it's becoming very difficult that PTC dilutes its share, and then eventually it goes below 5%, and then it can deal with HPX. So that is why they have appealed in the court, but court has denied for this appeal. So CERC plans to overhaul India's power. Now, why CERC is doing that is important also for us to know. So CERC plans to overhaul India's power market architecture through market coupling system. Under this mechanism, the power prices, initially what happens now? Now in India, the power prices are operated by the independently determined by the prices based on the demand supply dynamics. That is how, like if you see in state to state, this differs. Discoms have their own charges based on different parameters. But now under this plan, CSRC wants to do a unified system. Okay, so prices across exchange would be discovered through a centralized mechanism operated by Grid Controller of India, replacing the current system where each system is independently determined. So that is why, to put all the system under a unified program, CERC is doing this thing of introducing the coupling market system. Okay, so this was about the economy part in the news. And at the end, I would be like to tell one more thing about the sports that is there today in the news about the fastest list A50 by Vaibhav Suryavanshi to the Sri Lankan A bowling lineup, hitting a total of 18 boundaries in his innings. So this boy is going like fire. Okay, after the recent setback he faced, still he managed to come up, and now he did the fastest list A50. As you can see, it's a 15-year-old boy, but doing great. So with this good news, I am about to end today's news, and this is also a smart this thing. So I will be uploading all this PDF, whatever I introduced and like discussed today, along with some PYQs in my Telegram channel. So the link of the Telegram channel will be there in the description. I will ask you to join if you find this helpful. I will try to do this every day for covering your current affairs, and like as less time it may require, because I know your time is very important. And yeah, with that, I will be ending this lesson. We'll meet you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.